Hey guys, I hope you're well. Welcome to this evening's call. Firstly, I want to introduce our illustrious CEO, Dr. Fred Cooper. Fred, welcome to the call.
Thanks, James. Good to be here.
And basically, the purpose of this call is just to go into a little bit more detail about our compensation plan. As you know, the number one in the industry, and Dr. Cooper wrote the comp plan, so who better to have on the call just to explain the little details that you might not already understand. So that's it, just relax, get yourself a pen and paper if you're that way inclined, and we'll talk through some slides, and I'm sure that if you've got any questions at the end, you can go back to your upline or your sponsor and get something confirmed, but I'm pretty confident that we'll cover most of it. Okay, let's bring this up. Okay, so you guys are in the business, you've been through this process, or maybe you're watching this call and you've not joined the business yet. Either way, if you've joined, you've enrolled with a 199 pack, which gives you 200 personal volume. And if you haven't joined yet, that's exactly what you'd be doing. The person who you're going to start up with, they will give you the different pack options that you can get started with. But that is how everyone gets started. You get a pack, a 199 pack, and you start with 2 lines of business. Okay, step 2, after 8 days, you have a very unique opportunity. It's kind of a one-time deal. You can upgrade. What does that mean? It means for a limited time only, you can increase your lines of business. And we'll go into this in a bit more detail. But essentially, in short, more lines of business can generate more pay. And maybe, Fred, you can give us some stats on that.
Yeah, you bet. In fact, that opportunity is limited, but the benefits are unbelievable. So we did a little analysis on people that buy the upgrades and how much more they earn in income. So for individuals who take advantage of that upgrade after 8 days, you'll earn on average 3.6 times more money than individuals who do not upgrade to the business pack. As you get bigger, it only gets better. For elite packs, individuals that came in with an elite pack, their income on average is 7.4 times greater. And of course, for those that did the ultimate packs, it's 11.5 times more income. So when James said, take advantage of this opportunity, I would recommend if you're in this to make a lot of money, make sure you go with the upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I teach people, Fred. They've got to have a long-term vision. Maybe sometimes people focus short-term and say, hey, there's a bit of an investment. But in any business, there's an investment. The thing is, if you can generate 11.5 times more volume, 11.5 times more income on average, then you should take that opportunity to do so. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the 2X membership, and this is so powerful, and for me, it's a non-negotiable. You need this if you're serious about the business. Firstly, because it gives you 15% lifetime discount. Think about that. Every time you order products, you get 15% off. So just for that alone, it's huge, huge value. But beyond that, the way the compensation plan's been wrote, those who are 2X members, they get double bonuses for life. So every bonus is doubled again, which is huge. You do not want to be in a comp plan where you're not getting double bonuses and everyone's getting double bonuses. I mean, maybe you could give us some stats on this, Fred.
Yeah, and keep in mind, that's limited time as well. And if you're willing to upgrade, that 2X membership that normally is a one-time lifetime fee is included free in that upgrade. So it gives you more financial reason to do so. But individuals who are 2X members, as a result of the doubling of all their bonuses, earn just under 7.5 times more than reps who do not have a 2X membership. And remember, 2X members, reps, earn 100% more on all bonuses than non-2X member reps. In other words, if you're not a 2X member, odds are you're not after any of the bonuses whatsoever. So if that is part of your desire to make a lot of money, not only in the comp plan, but also in the bonuses that we offer, make sure you take advantage of the upgrade.
Yeah, and the great thing is all the packs, if you're confused with the different options, all the packs come with a 2X membership. So then it's just deciding how many lines of business you want. But as long as you've got the 2X membership as a minimum, then you can reap the benefits of that. Okay, base commissions. Let's talk about this. So you may or may not be aware already of the multitude of ways that we get paid. This is the #1 compensation plan in the industry. So we just want to take it right back to the beginning and just show you at each sort of level. I want to show you with each sort of bonus how you're going to be paid. So we're going to start with base commissions, Fred.
Yeah. Base commissions, remember, these aren't all commissions. And in fact, our largest leaders make more on bonuses. But base commissions is how you start to build your residual income very consistently. So if you come in with your member pack, you will start by building at least 2 teams. Now, in addition to 2 lines that you have, each of these lines that you see before you, again, if you take advantage of the upgrade, you get more lines to start with, which, as you're going to find out, is financially more rewarding in base commissions as well. Now, as you sponsor additional individuals and put them in your organization, or as the people that you sponsored put people down below them, any way this occurs, you start to build a line of individuals beneath you. That total volume is accumulated, and you earn 15% of the total volume that is generated on each of those lines. So we walk you through in this example, you can see that if you had a cumulative total from everyone making purchases in your downline, you would be paid 15% on every line but your first, or what we call your power line. Now, that's not to say you won't earn commissions on your power line. It just simply means you don't earn base commissions. And that's a legal requirement, so we are not deemed or regulated as a pyramid. So first line is your power line for base commissions. That is your largest line. All other lines, 15% of the total volume that you earn. That is converted from points into sterling, and then you are paid in your own currency for pounds.
Cool. Can I just add to that, Fred? So for the benefit of the guys on the call, so you start with 2 lines. The power is essentially the company's with regard to base commissions. The pay is yours. Any volume you generate on the pay. So for example, if you generated 10,000 volume on the pay, you'd be paid 15%, which will be 1,500. Beyond that, the unique opportunity we talked about before is that you can increase your pay lines. You get paid 15% of any activity on those lines as well. That's correct, right?
You've got it perfectly.
Okay, cool. So the next one is an example of the second week.
Sure. So in the second week, if you notice, in the example, we had one side that had 2,000 points and 1,000 on another side. You were paid on the pay line of 1,000 points times 15%. But remember, you had 2,000 on the prior line. So over the next week, that extra volume carries over. So you started the week with 1,000 on one line. You generate 1,000 new volume points on your pay line. And voila, you get another 15% converted again into sterling, and you're paid again on your second week. Carryover is a nice deal. It assures that all the volume created on your power line, you're credited for.
Cool. Can you just confirm, Fred, so when it carries over, once you then paid off that, so the next time you generate some new points, that's the end of the rollover, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Now, when your commissions reach 13,334 points, I know it's a weird number, welcome to mathematics, but what happens is at 13,334 points, you would multiply that by 15%, and you would receive 2,000 points that are then converted into sterling. Well, not only is that 1,260 sterling paid to you, but now you get what I say is 2 Christmas presents. 2 new things happen in your organization to help you continue to earn more and more in base commissions. First, you will receive a new line. So you earn a new line for every single pay line that optimizes, or in other words, reaches 13,334 points. If your next line earns 13,334 points, it will repeat again and again and again forever. So you literally could have 1,000 lines if your organization got big enough.
That's what I'm hoping for, Fred.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you're only hoping for about 7. If you can get 7 lines, well, maybe not for you, but for most people, 7 lines is more income than they could ever imagine. It would be paying you $1 million a year for the rest of your life. So
7 lines, and of course, maybe if you had a strategy where you build a line a year, right? 7 years, then you can be on $1 million a year.
And it is very doable on 1 line a year. Very doable. Just nice, consistent work will get you there. Now, the second present that you will receive, in addition to a new line, you also receive a new reentry. Think of a new reentry as the ability to join an organization again. So in this case, you're able to place that new reentry under anyone in your organization. Now, in this case, as you can see, I would recommend that reentry is placed under an individual who is growing very, very well in your business. If you'll place that reentry on your sponsored individual's pay line, then when they're building their pay line, they can put it under you and you can receive double pay, if you will. This is what we call leveraging. So any orders from people placed below your second reentry count towards your second reentry, and the volume rolls up to the line on your first position. So it's like owning 2 franchises, and a customer comes and buys at the second franchise, you'll get credit in sales for both franchises.
It's crazy. So maybe I can just try and explain it in a different way, Fred. So it's almost, well, it's a new business within a business, right? So you can play this, and as well as the stability it offers in that line, because that volume all flows up, it offers stability. But what it does, it allows you to be paid twice as well, because it's a second business within a business, right?
Correct. And by the way, that keeps going. If one of those lines down there optimize, you'll get a third reentry that you could place it, and now it's triple pay. And it goes on 4th, 5th, 6th, as deep as you want to do it. You can continue to be paid forever on each of those reentries.
Pretty amazing.
Now, there's another feature that we have that's really important in our compensation plan. Now, we filed several years ago for a patent on our multi-line compensation plan. It's so unique in the industry that we believe we can get a patent. And I was just informed recently, actually, from our attorney, that the fact that we haven't been notified of a decline of our patent process is a pretty good indication that we can be expecting sometime in the next year a granting officially of that patent for protection. So we're very excited to be able to get that so that we can say worldwide it's offered exclusively by Ariix.
Wow.
The next item we have patent filed on, which was filed at the same time, and we've received no negative news, so we're highly anticipating this one's going to work as well, is our auto balancing feature. This business is built on excellent products and consumers of those products. So our preferred customers are individuals who don't want to join the business, they don't want to be put in the tree, but they really like the products and they consume the products. In fact, James, I heard your preferred customer growth in your organization right now is going crazy as a result of the value that is given to preferred customers.
Absolutely, and that's what we talked about as well, for the stability, because the customers, they experience the products, they stay on the products, and that's a residual income, right?
And that's what it's all about, right? You're living the dream on the beach. Well, if you're going to do it, you've got to do it with customers who want the product because the product inherently has value.
Absolutely.
Well, one way we did it, James, to make sure we could increase the value of a preferred customer is that their volume, they buy directly from us, they get their products directly to them, so you're not involved, but you get the credit for the referral. But those points that they buy go into a bucket. And at the end of the week, every week, we place the points on the line that will optimize your commissions the most. Now think about that. Most compensation plans, they have tripwires to prevent you from getting commissions or forcing you to buy more. In our comp plan, we say, oh no, if you'll get a customer, we'll automatically put their points where it benefits you best to guarantee that you receive a commission check. So in this example that you can see, if you had one rep on the left side who had 150 points, but you had 450 points in preferred customer volume, the computer would say, oh, mathematically, we have calculated that the best way to give you all the commissions possible would be to put 300 points on one line, 150 points on the other line, balance the two lines at 300 points each, times 15%, convert it into sterling, earns you your greatest commission possible. So here's the good news. Even if you don't even understand what I'm saying, make it simple. Go get customers and go earn commissions and don't even learn the compensation plan.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly the same. The auto balancing is just a reassurance. It happens in the background. You don't need to know the detail of it. Just know that when that volume is shared, it's shared in a place which is going to pay you the most. I suppose that's the message, right?
That is the message. Now, remember I told you 2 lines versus 4 lines? Why would you want to take advantage of the upgrades that are available to you after just a few days? Here's one of the big reasons. I want you to look at it if you were to come in with an elite pack that had 4 lines versus just the member pack that you've come in with that give you 2 lines. That same scenario shows a person now with 150 volume points on one line, but the computer, instead of having to put 150 points on the power line, on which you earn no base commissions, it could put 450 points all on pay lines. So since it can put it all on pay lines at 15%, you would earn 15% on 3 150s instead of 15% on 300. The result is a 50% increase in the amount of commissions earned from your preferred customers. And that only grows with more and more lines. So the end net result is, if you're really serious about making a lot of money in commissions, make sure you take advantage of the upgrade. It's well worth the money.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's the long-term vision. You say, hey, there may be an initial investment, but the reality of it is if you're getting paid more every time you bring in customers, if you're getting paid more every time because you've got, more lines of business, then, that's a smart move to me.
Yep. All right, so let's walk through, now that you've joined, what are we going to do in terms of our first steps? Now, don't make base commissions too complicated. I'm telling you, if you don't know anything about it, you don't know where to put your people, you don't do anything like that, the computer does everything. It'll place your volumes from your preferred customers. It'll place the volume for any purchases you make in excess of the first 100 points. It will also place your people if you don't have any care of where they are positioned. If that's the case, the objective that you should be doing within the first 8 weeks is to go find 4 members, 4 people who want to activate just as you did with their 200 points of personal volume. If you will do that, this is very, very simple game for making money by selling products to end consumers. On this example, you will see that if you would come in with an elite pack and have your 4 people and you place them on each of a line, you would receive $45, if you will, in commissions from base commissions that we just talked about. But in addition to attaining this, if you have personally sponsored 4 individuals who are active with Ariix, you also receive a team lead bonus. Now, this team lead bonus, which also, by the way, is for the little new starting person, will assure that you can get your products virtually for free as a result of the membership that you sponsored. So coupled with your base commissions and your team lead bonus, by becoming gold, if they will maintain their purchases, you basically for the rest of your life can receive all of the products that you consume personally for free. That is a huge incentive for individuals to make sure that they stay with Ariix and stay on the products, which ultimately is our goal. We want everyone to improve their health by consuming these products daily and not have the financial burden associated with making a purchase every 4 weeks.
It's powerful. It's one of the smallest bonuses, but I think it's one of the most significant ones because it's helping people at the beginning, like you said, to consume the products, numerous health benefits to that. But from a business perspective as well, then how can you share an experience you never had? So it facilitates that, it allows people to have that product experience, that belief, and then build a business off the back of that.
Yep. Now, once you've done this, listen, we're going to go through bonuses. We're going to talk about other ways to make money, but keep this simple. If you will follow the following step, our #1 income earner worldwide did this only with absolutely no experience. She came to me and asked me, what do I do? I said, find your 4. She found her 4, came back, and she actually had to find one more because one of her 4 dropped out. She said, I have my 4. What do I do next? And what I told her was very simple. Now teach your 4 to go find 4. And just duplicate this process over time. So that's exactly how you should view building your Ariix business. Don't view it as, oh my gosh, there's so many rules that I've got to learn, so many ways to calculate the commissions. Nope. Find 4 and help them find 4, and you will duplicate your income exponentially very quickly. Let me show you how that works. So the following graph you see is a representation of the income that you'll receive. And by the way, on all of our leaders, they follow this exact procedure. So next slide for me, James.
Oh, sorry.
Ta-da! All right. So as soon as you get your first generation of 4 people, the next step is to get the second generation to get their 4 people. If you can do that, you'll go from getting your products essentially for free to earning about $1,000 a month in residual income. If you will get the third generation to repeat what the second generation did, and keep in mind, this is a team, so either you do it personally or you get your 4 to do it for their 4, which makes it much easier workload on you, you'll earn $1,000 a month for the second generation, but for the third generation, you earn $1,000 a week. For the fourth generation, it's $10,000 every 4 weeks. Okay, it might be time to come talk to us to make sure that you understand the rest of the compensation plan, because now the bonuses really start to kick in to make a lot of money.
Yeah, powerful stuff, and that's why you created, the videos and the simplicity. That's what works in network marketing. It's not, it's what's duplicatable, and simplicity is duplicatable. Find your 4, teach someone else to get 4.
Now you're making $120,000 a month, give or take. Holy cow. Fred, tell me about the bonuses that are all double the course if you became a 2X member. So we're going to start that bonus with our income position bonus. Now remember, the income position bonus is that spot that you have in the tree. If that spot optimizes, in other words, it hits 13,334 points on a pay line, that magic number, you will earn shares in an income pool that represents 2% of the worldwide points. So that means you get to take advantage of the sales going on as an override in all countries, the large countries and the small countries as well. This income exponentially grows as you get more and more income positions to optimize a pay line. So, in other words, if you get 1 income position to optimize, you make a lot of money. But if you get 2, you don't make double the money, you make double the money plus a little more. If you get 3 to do it, you don't make triple the money, you probably make 4 times the money. If you can get 4 to do it, you probably make double what you made on all 3 before. So our goal in these bonuses is to reward you for more and more commissions for doing the same amount of work that you did before. We believe that's the greatest motivation on top leaders to keep them from staying on the beach and retiring, because they'll say, if I'll do this one more time, I make a whole lot more money than I ever made the first time that I did it.
Absolutely. I'm feeling that pain already.
Yeah. The same works right with the payline bonus. The wider you go, you earn more and more shares as you optimize 13,334 points on different lines. So up here, you see a hypothetical situation which mathematically occurs every time if you were to optimize additional lines on your bonuses. So when you do 2 lines, remember one line is a power line, the other line is the pay line, you would earn base commissions of £1,260, but in addition to it, you would earn about 7.5% of that total volume because you're paid on the power line the 15%. You would not receive any pay line bonus because it's your first line. But every line thereafter, the pay line bonus starts to kick in at a rate of about $400 a share. So if you were to do a third line, which means 2 pay lines, you can see your override bonus now is an extra 500 pounds for you. If you'll do yet another line, it moves up further and further and further down the line until you can see the pay line bonus is worth a lot more than your base commissions ever were. In fact, that number passes at anything after 4 lines, where it's about equal. So the payout just keeps going more and more as an override if you'll just keep building a larger and larger organization.
And that's when you get leaders saying, just one more line.
Payline bonus, it's the same way, right? If you'll continue to do the income position bonus, it will pay you in the same exact manner, exponentially growing. This is why in the end I tell people, if you can get 4 lines optimizing wide on 2 income positions only, you make approximately 1 million US a year, paid of course in sterling. I know the political ramifications there, for the rest of your life.
Amazing. Powerful stuff.
Right. So let's move on to the next slides. I think we've got that covered on each one of those. James, if you'll jump down.
Yeah.
The next bonus that we have is our savings bonus. Many companies like to flash cars, and it drives me crazy because what happens is you get paid your highest level one time, you quote qualify for a car, and then you spend your whole life in debt trying to make sure that you're earning that high level to make sure that you attain your car rent obligation or your mortgage on your car or your lease on your car, whatever it is you've got to pay. Well, in this situation, we give you an extra 15% every time you earn 250 or more in base commissions. So if you can earn 250 points or 157 sterling, we will add 15%. When that total cumulative credit reaches a total of 10,000, you will get a phone call from our chief financial officer, tell you nice job for saving money, and we will write you a check for 6,000 plus in sterling that then you can buy anything you want. And the good advantage of this is you've built a stable business, you get a big check, and you can buy anything you want to buy. You want to buy a car, buy a car. You want to get a washer dryer, get it. You want to go on vacation. The money is yours to do with however you would like. And thereafter, it is paid to you every single month to you personally as an additional bonus for making at least $250 in base commissions.
And I can vouch for this. I obviously hit the savings bonus. It paid out, and then now each month it pays out that amount, 1,260, which pretty much just covers my mortgage, which is pretty cool. So, like you said, the savings bonus can be used for whatever. For me, it basically allows me to live for free.
So now we end with the last bonus that for our top leaders is their biggest bonus. We have a little cliche here in America that we say, this is the gift that just keeps on giving. You give us the gift of a representative who is building the business very big, and the earnings that you can make from that one referral, whether they're on your power line or a pay line, no matter where they're placed in the organization, you earn commissions as a result of the people that you have introduced into Ariix. Here's how it works. On the first generation, that is to say, everyone you sponsor in Ariix, whatever they earn in base commission, no caps, no limits whatsoever, whatever they earn, you will earn additionally 15% of their base commissions if you are a 2X member for life, no caps. So James, think about all the people you bring into a business, and you've had several people, and several's an understatement, many people become very, very successful, several who have become wealthy in direct selling, and some that have made good income in direct selling. If you've sponsored all those people, you now will earn 15% on every one of them, no cap.
It's amazing, right? That's where the residual is, and you find good people who have the long-term vision, and their income continues to grow, and your percentage continues to grow as well.
Yeah, imagine how happy the person who brought in James into this business is right now, given that the more James continues to make, he just keeps smiling with James on stage, sitting in his little chair, saying, I'm making 15% on that boy. Keep building your business.
Amazing, right?
But it gets even better. It gets better. James, everybody you sponsored, if they sponsor people, yes, they receive their own 15%, but you receive 10% on them. So your second generation of all the people that were sponsored in your organization by you, you receive 10%. This same generational bonus works 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 7 generations. This one bonus alone, this is crazy, but it's factual. This one bonus alone pays our top leaders more than other people's entire compensation plan pays them.
Yeah. Do you know, the thing is with this, Fred, when we talked about this initially, I was looking into the comp plan, and I can speak from experience with the previous comp plan that I was in, that it was paid on 5 levels. And for example, the first generation was 2%, second generation was 3%. It was 3% at every generation down to 5 generations. When I seen that this was just one bonus, and I seen it paying 7 generations, and I seen the percentages were a lot more, it was insane to me. It felt crazy. I thought, is this possible? And like you said, for me, the exciting thing is the organization continues to grow. Eventually, matching bonus overtakes everything else. And, you know, if you so choose, you can go to the beach, right?
That's right. And it's funny, what happens is base commission starts out to be your primary source of income. But over time, the matching bonus will pass base commissions, and then pretty soon base commissions are much smaller to our top leaders than their matching bonus ever was. So that's why our top leaders absolutely adore matching bonus and can't wait to make everybody very successful in their downlines.
Absolutely. And that's what this industry is about. Help people get what they want, and you get more of what you want. And this bonus aligns itself perfectly with that theory.
And now I want to give you one little fine print, James, that everybody's afraid of. Here's one piece of fine print. Because the matching bonus doesn't start out as your biggest source of income, there are people who have sponsored people who quit. And then later, because the person they sponsored stuck with it and started to make a lot of money, they would have been receiving matching bonus. But since they're gone, they don't get that matching bonus anymore. The great news is, guess who it goes to? It goes up 1 generation to the next person as the first generation. So we call this dynamic compression. So the question isn't if we pay out the matching bonus. The only question is, are you going to be around to receive it? There are, in fact, in your back office, Jane, there are hundreds and hundreds of representatives who sponsored a few people, decided they couldn't do the business, they left, and someone in their organization sponsored someone who became successful, where that matching bonus is now thousands of dollars a month. And they walked away and didn't even know they left it on the table. And they're giving that thousands of dollars a month to someone else.
It happens in the industry. My first company, the person who brought me in quit. They quit, and it happens. It's happening right now. Like you said, people light a fire and they don't stick around long enough to watch it burn.
Burn. That's right. That's exactly right. That's why this bonus is so powerful. And in fact, in your back office, you can look on everyone you're earning on your first generation, and you'll be shocked because if you click on it, it'll even show you who initially sponsored them. And you'll be surprised at just how many people in your organization decided early on they couldn't do it, and you're now taking that residual income from them because they've left Ariix.
That's it. The reward is you got to stay, and then if you stay, you reap the benefits.
That's right. So in conclusion, Ariix's average earnings chart, we are very proud of this. We are very proud of it because it is one of the best, if not the highest in the entire industry. And so as a result, we show you that you can either do this business part-time and make a little bit of residual income, or a lot of money as a full-time rep. I had somebody talk to me a few days ago about, well, how many representatives in Ariix are successful? And I remember laughing because I said, well, what do you define as successful? For some people, it's improving their health. And I'm telling you, the vast majority love the products for the benefits they've received, and that to them was all the success they could have ever hoped for. There's others who just need a few £100 every month, and it would be enough to get them over their decline in income and to pay all of their bills. And then there's some who want to quit their job and go about and do this business full-time. Isn't it nice to know if you pick Ariix, you will receive more money for the sales that you generate for this company than you would with any other direct selling company. I put it in print net, you've got it in writing, you've got it now recorded, and you've got it on video. That's how much money you can make with Ariix compared to any other network marketing company. So that would be proud.
Absolutely. And what I love about this, Fred, is lots of companies, they highlight the rock stars. They say, hey, look what can be earned, one or two people. But what this is, it shows at each position, if you just get there and you're on an average, then what you sort of income you could be earning. It helps people, like you said, some people are happy part-time, just an extra maybe £1,000 a month. But other people have got aspirations, full-time professionals, and they want to earn big money as well. So you can, when you see the average earnings report, you can put like a line in the sand, and it's something to work towards. And of course, even while you get there, you're moving up the positions and your check's growing as well. We've got people in the UK, at the president position already in less than a year. I've got multiple senior officers. I've lost count of how many officers and vice presidents, and it's people are moving up. And even like you said, the guys lower down who are getting a nice income every single week as well, and loving what they're doing and having huge benefit of products. It really is, when you see it there, kind of in print, the average earning reports, people start to understand why we're the number one in the industry.
And see, I like what you said. You've lost count of how many vice presidents and directors, all of which you're earning matching bonus on, right, as they continue to succeed. In fact, if you go to the last chart, you can even, or the last slide, you can even see our average earnings of all representatives, regardless of how long that they've been in this business. Our reps that are doing full-time business are averaging almost $250,000 a year, or I'm sorry, £250,000 a year. And even our reps who have just started or have been with us for a full year are averaging over £1,000, which virtually assures them their products that they're receiving for their personal benefit are free as well. It's fun to have the greatest compensation plan. I could talk all day about it.
Well, it's huge. You know, I don't know what vocations that people are in, what careers, but I just know that for me, when I was younger, I looked at certain things, and a doctor in the UK, the average doctor earns about 70 or 80K a year. It's considered one of the, it's a high profile position, 10 years at medical school before you can start to command that sort of money. And yet, the stats show in Ariix, you can basically, for a couple of years, if you're the right person and you're committed and you do what you're supposed to do, you can earn a full-time income, which is kind of 3 to 4 times more than that, and yet it's a residual, it's on your terms. So I think over the kind of the next 5 to 10 years, people will realize how powerful this is as the message starts to spread, and people realize they can genuinely live the life they want with this company and this sort of income.
James, you said that. I had no idea it was only about 70, 80,000 pounds that they're making. If you asked any doctor for 10 years, how much money did you go into debt? How hard did you work? How bad was residency? They would tell you those 10 years were hell.
Yeah.
And you paid for the privilege of being in hell to get it done.
Yeah.
Do you know the average rep would be just under that, but in 4 years would have made as much as a doctor makes in the 10 years and have no debt. I have never done a study to see how much the average rep who did this business 5 hours a day or 5 hours a week for 10 years makes. But I am telling you, I'll bet it would be 5 times what a doctor makes.
Yeah, yeah.
Although you have to say, I'm in direct sales instead of a doctor. So I guess if that's worth it to you, but crazy to me.
Powerful, powerful stuff. And I think, is that the last slide?
That's our last slide. So I want to tell you, we've talked for a while on this, James, but if I gave one piece of advice, start at the beginning. Find 4 and duplicate that process. That's all you need to do to 100 a year. That's enough for you, and then we'll talk how to make it more complicated and make a lot more money in that.
Absolutely, and I want to echo what you said, Fred. People will be watching this and they want to understand every single detail, and hopefully you have a better understanding now. We've gone into it a little bit, but you don't need to know all that stuff. Like Fred said, it's the power of 4. Find 4, teach someone else to do the same, get some customers, and it will start to build. Then when you get to a point, you're kind of full-time, then you can start to understand the intricacies. Just know that with the auto balancing and all the other clever computer algorithms, that everything's done on your behalf. You just have to focus on the basics, the paying activities, and the rest will take care of itself.
That's right. That's right.
Perfect. So I just want to say thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say thanks once again, Fred, for taking the time out. Hopefully you guys who are on the call have a better understanding of our comp plan. You understand why we're number 1 in the industry and how you can now maximize that comp plan. And I just want to say once again, thanks for writing a great comp plan, Fred. Appreciate your time, and I'll chat to you soon.
Thanks, James. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.